Hello everyone and welcome to the 16th video in this series of videos that looks at completing the Level 2 Essential Skills Wales ICT qualification. Now in the last video I showed you how to do transitions, animations and hyperlinks. Now what's really important about those three skills is that they must be evidenced. All the other skills that have been used such as text formatting, bold, italic, underlined, borders, and those sorts of things can all be seen by the examiner on the printout. However, as animations and transitions and hyperlinks are all kind of moving parts in a presentation or have some sort of code in the background of them, they can't be seen on a printout, so we need to provide evidence for them. So we're going to go through that in this video now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Publisher 2010, and what we're going to do is take evidence of the animations, transitions and hyperlinks. So as usual, you should know by now we go for A4 landscape when we do our evidencing. Insert and go to header, and I'm going to put my name for printing purposes. Press tab twice to go to the other side, and I'm going to call this presentation screenshots. And I'm going to increase the size of those and make them bold to stand out. And there we are. I go back to master page and I close the master page. So now I'm ready to start inserting my screenshots. Now the first one that we're going to take, when I go into my presentation, I'm going to go into my final draft because it's ready to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my animations and I'm going to open up the animation pane. And remember, you know which slide that you have animations on because there's usually little numbers to indicate what order they're going to come in onto the slide. So I'm going to go to animation pane and it shows me over here the animations that I've actually included. Now if I take this exact screenshot, what I'm showing the examiner is that I've set up an order or a sequence for my animations, and also that they're listed in the animation pane. So taking this screenshot will be perfect. So I press print screen on the keyboard and I go into Publisher, right click and paste it. And there we go. Pop that on there, and I'm going to double click to bring up the format options, and I'm going to give it a black border and change the weight to 4.5. And there we have it. There's my evidence of custom animations. And what you could put in here really is you don't need to annotate many of the screenshots, but I would say in this case you probably should. So I'm going to say here is evidence of using custom animations in my presentation, like that. And obviously then increase the size of the text and make it bold if need be. It's your choice. And so I've shown the examiner that there's my custom animations. What I'm going to do now is insert a new page. Actually, what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to show you why this is useful. If I insert a duplicate page, I've got exactly the same page twice, but it keeps my text ready, so I don't actually have to keep changing the size of the font and making it bold because it's already there. I just have to literally delete it and change it to what I need it to be. So I can delete the actual screenshot, and this time we're going to do custom animations. And the way that I would do this, not custom animations, I do apologize, we're going to do transitions. So if I click on transitions and I close the animation pane, the way that I would do this is click on the one that you've actually used, which in this case is wipe, and I would go to apply to all and hover your mouse over it. Now what we're saying is that we've chosen it and we've chosen to apply it to all. So if I press print screen on the keyboard and insert here, just resize that a little bit and apply a border to it. There we go, there's my next screenshot, and what I'm going to say here is I have used slide transitions in my presentation. I have used the wipe transition. And there we go, that's all you need to do. I'll move this up here just so that it's not outside the blue line, otherwise it'll be cut off during printing. And there we go. So I'm going to insert a duplicate page again. And the way that we actually take evidence of inserting a hyperlink is if I go to the final draft, and I'm going to find the hyperlink that I chose, which is here. Okay, and I'm going to right click on it, or click it first so to select it, and right click and go to hyperlink. And I actually thought I had hyperlinked it, but I obviously haven't. www.argos.co.uk. Now, all I need to do here is make sure in the screenshot that this is visible. Okay, so if this dialog box is blocking it at all, this is called a dialog box. If the dialog box is blocking it, slightly drag it away to the side or above it, like I have, and that now perfectly shows the hyperlink. It shows me what part of the presentation is hyperlinked and where it's hyperlinked to. So I'll take a screenshot by pressing print screen on the keyboard and paste that into my screenshots document like that. And I'm going to double click and apply a black border as usual, and I'm going to say I have used a hyperlink to the Argos website in my presentation, like that. So you can see there that using the duplicate, inserting a duplicate slide was really useful, because I only had to change the text and not fiddle about with its position every time, and with the actual size of the text and the bold and whatever. So that's a really easy way to do it. So again, the 3 print screens are: you must show evidence of the custom animations, and we can do this by looking at with the animations, going onto the animation pane and showing your animations there, as well as the numbers that appear on the slide to show the sequence of which they appear. Then the second one you need to take is showing slide transitions, and you should click on the slide transition that you chose and then hover over the apply to all button. And what you're going to do then for slide 3 is you're going to, no, not for slide 3, sorry, for the third screenshot, is you are going to right click on the text that you've hyperlinked or want to hyperlink, and then you type in the web address there, making sure that you can see both of those things in the screenshot. And remember to annotate these screenshots. It's quite important, just so you can show the examiner exactly what you've used. So now your presentation should be pretty much finished, and if there's any extra little bits you want to put in there, feel free to do so. But all the skills that are on the checklist, and is a good point now to actually consult the checklist to make sure you've covered all of those things. Because next, the thing that we're ready to do is actually print. So I'll show you how to do that in the next video and how to set it up ready for that.